Friday night. Your phone is silent. No plans, no invitations, no group chat blowing up with weekend ideas. And you're sitting there, not crying, not desperate, just quiet, wondering if something inside you is wired wrong. Because the world keeps telling you that friendships are everything, that your circle defines your worth, that being alone means being broken. But what if psychology says the opposite? What if the reason you have no friends has nothing to do with being broken and everything to do with how powerfully your brain actually works? Here's the first thing most people won't admit. You don't struggle to make friends. You struggle to pretend. Most social circles run on performance, people laughing at jokes they don't find funny, agreeing with opinions they secretly reject, smiling at someone Monday morning and dissecting them by Monday night. Your brain catches all of it, every micro-expression, every shift in tone, every gap between what someone says and what they actually mean. Research in self-awareness psychology confirms this. The more emotionally intelligent you become, the less tolerance you develop for inauthenticity. Your internal radar sharpens, and once that radar is active, you can't switch it off. You're not sitting alone because nobody wants you around. You're sitting alone because your mind refuses to participate in relationships built on pretending. That's not loneliness. That's a filter most people don't have the courage to install. There's another layer to this. You don't just avoid fake people. You avoid shallow connection entirely. Someone asks you how's the weather, and something inside you goes numb. Not because you're rude, because your brain is wired for depth. It craves conversations about why people behave the way they do, about what makes someone stay or leave, about the invisible forces that shape a life. Psychology calls this a deep processing trait. Your mind doesn't skim surfaces, it dives. And when every conversation around you stays at ankle depth, you quietly drown from boredom. So you don't collect 20 acquaintances. You wait, sometimes for years, for one person who can meet you where you actually live, not on the surface, down below, where the real conversations happen. That patience looks like isolation from the outside. From the inside, it's the highest standard you could possibly hold. But even when you find good people, connection still costs you something. Every social interaction pulls energy from you in ways most people will never understand. You don't just hear words, you process tone, body language, emotional undercurrents, unspoken tension. Your nervous system absorbs everything in the room. Psychology identifies this as high social sensitivity. Your brain is running 10 programs during a single conversation when most people are running 2. It's not that you dislike people. Your system simply burns fuel faster in their presence. An extrovert leaves a party recharged. You leave the same party feeling like you ran a marathon in silence. Every handshake, every small talk exchange, every polite laugh costs you something that takes hours, sometimes days, to recover from. So you conserve, you limit exposure. You choose solitude not because it's empty, but because it's the only place your battery actually recharges. You're not antisocial, you're managing a resource that most people don't even know they have. And then there's the part you don't talk about. The reason you think twice before letting anyone close. Somewhere in your past, someone had access to you, full access, and they used it to hurt you. Maybe a friend who became a stranger overnight. Maybe a family member whose love came with conditions you could never fully meet. Maybe someone who made you believe vulnerability was safe and then proved it wasn't. Psychologists call what formed afterward a trust threshold, an elevated barrier that new people must clear before you let them into your world. Most people hand out trust freely, like flyers on a street corner. You hand it out like a key to your home. You observe first. You test without testing. You watch how someone treats a waiter, how they react when plans change, how they speak about people who aren't in the room. This isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition trained by pain. Your brain learned the cost of misplaced trust, and it built a system to prevent paying that price again. You don't need people to feel complete. You can sit with your own thoughts for hours, solve your own problems, find meaning without someone handing it to you. You've built an inner world so rich that external validation feels unnecessary, sometimes even intrusive. Psychology calls this a low social dependency. It doesn't mean you don't want connection. It means you've stopped needing it to survive. And that distinction is everything. People see your independence and call it distance. They see your silence and call it arrogance. They see you standing alone,